Hello friends, welcome to a Sunday installment of I Call BS. Let's just get right to the BS.
The eye of the Sahara and is located in a remote region of northwest Africa in the country of Mauritania. And my argument in those videos was that these similarities are so numerous and so precise that the Richat Structure should be considered as the most likely location for this lost ancient civilization. When I first saw this, I was like, what the fuck is that?
So it is a geological formation that is above water, and we are supposed to believe that these concentric rings in this geological formation are a candidate for Atlantis. The bullshit part of this that I wanted to focus on today is the reason why there are no actual physical remains of Atlantis left other than the underlying geology. So let's get to that part.
These circles would be where the water is, and then the ridges would be where the structures are, where the houses and the buildings are.
And people will say, well, where is that stuff now? I'm like, well, look at it. It got
those
obliterated.
Those people should shut the fuck up.
I'm going to call bullshit on that. So let's look at the facts and the logic here next. If we have a cataclysmic pulse of water that is so strong that it has wiped out all evidence of this ancient lost civilization, all the architecture, all the statues, all the material culture, everything, we should not be able to find any archaeology there. None that predates that, right? Because that tsunami that he is claiming swept across the Sahara and blew the civilization off the map should have also erased everything else. We can falsify this with the existing archaeological records. The Richat Structure is the location of exceptional accumulations of Acheulean artifacts. These Acheulean archaeological sites are located along wadis that occupy the outermost annular depression of this structure. Acheulean artifacts are quite well known. Here's some Acheulean hand axes. So it's a pretty well-studied technology. You can see this stuff is found all across Africa, into Western Europe, into Southern Asia. We find hand axes. I don't believe we've ever found a Homo erectus holding a hand axe, but it's the same time period as what we would call Homo erectus. It comes after Oldowan technology, but before Middle Paleolithic technologies like Levallois. First developed around 2 million years ago, and we still find them dating up to about 130,000 years ago. Yada, yada, yada. He's talking about a tsunami that would have wiped out Atlantis, whatever, 12,000 or so years ago. So there are archaeological sites that date at the youngest to 130,000 years ago, and maybe up to a couple of million years old. So somehow Corsetti's hypothesized tsunami came along and wiped away all that architecture and every trace of this capital of a global girding empire. Wiped away every trace of it, but it didn't wipe away all of the remains of hunter-gatherers who were using this site for who knows how long. I don't know what the Acheulean tools date there to, but there they are. Explain me that. So you have to understand the logic here, and I am calling total bullshit on Corsetti. Let's have a look at his YouTube page. Yeah, I can't move the stones, lost ancient mystery. What the hell is that one about?
Does this stone structure appear to be a purely geologic feature consisting of naturally stacked boulders that happen to be aligned in a perfectly straight fashion?
Okay. Not gonna get sidetracked. What I've seen so far is classic cherry picking. He has a conclusion or an idea, and then he finds quote-unquote facts that he thinks will fit or support that idea. He is not looking to really understand a phenomenon or question an interpretation. He is looking to build a case for one that will get him views and clicks and I guess a seat on the Joe Rogan show. So he's been successful at that. This thing about Atlantis being in the middle of the Sahara Desert is bogus. Bogus as hell. I call bullshit on that. You have water strong enough to blow away an entire urban area without leaving a trace, but you leave behind these small tools you can fit in your hand. And only those. None of the small tools of the Atlanteans survived, right? Just hand axes. Makes zero sense. So you can stop with all the rest of it unless you have a clean sheet starting at 12,000 years ago. If you've got stuff that predates that, your explanation for the cataclysm that destroyed Atlantis completely falls to pieces. You guys can all talk in circles and say how smart each other is, but you are never going to get past second or third grade logic. Keep trying, I guess. I call bullshit on Jimmy Corsetti and his Richat Structure. Bye-bye.